Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, August 9th, 2011, and you know what that means. It's census night. Whereas the US recently dumbed their forms down to 10 questions in 10 minutes, in Australia, we've got a nice booklet of 55 questions to answer. I'd just like to read a couple of the interesting ones to you. Some differences. Rather than asking if you're Latino, they ask if you're Aboriginal. And they ask about ancestry. You've got all the great Western European, English, Irish, Scottish, Italian, German, Chinese, Australian. Such a great melting pot here. They do have one Asian on there at least. And one of the more existential questions that really makes you question your existence is whether or not you agree to release your information after 99 years to the Australian Public Archives. So there you are. I'm officially in the system now. And in 99 years, you'll be able to access this information, although I just showed it on YouTube. Very interested in whether or not I've had any babies. I was able to say that I did unpaid domestic labor in the household because I did my laundry last week. So now that I've filled out a census form, and I've got New South Wales photo ID, I have to say, I'm starting to feel pretty Australian. Still one more thing I have to do though before I can call myself Australian. Now what could that one more thing be? Well, if you're thinking, try some Vegemite, then that's absolutely correct. Now the most common way to eat Vegemite is on toast, I'm told, with butter. So now we've got toast, step one. Every recommendation I've heard has said to butter the bread thoroughly. After all, everything tastes good with enough butter. Alright. Put that away. And now, my first taste of Vegemite. Let's crack this open just to show the seal is still intact, in case you were wondering. I have not tried this beforehand. Now it's a salty yeast extract, left over from brewing beer apparently, so if I can get this open. I'm not expecting anything great here. What's the deal? Jesus. There we go. That is not exactly what I was expecting. It's definitely salty. The best way to describe this, it almost smells like raw brownie batter mix, but without the sweetness. Very smooth. It's supposed to be generous with the butter and sparing with the old Vegemite. We'll just put that on one piece of bread right now. No use ruining two good pieces. I don't know, I think with the butter, it's not going to taste that bad. But anyway, here goes, my first taste of Australia, Vegemite. Wow. A little bit really goes quite a long way. You know, it's not the typical thing you'd put on toast, but it's not terrible. It's just really salty and bitter. But the butter is doing its best job to counteract that. I think it's an acquired taste. I've had Vegemite, just been counted in the census. I've got an ID, so I think I'm pretty much Australian now. Still have to work on that accent though. It's a little trickier than I thought it would be. Did have a barbie last weekend, didn't have any shrimp, but we did have kangaroo dogs, which were surprisingly good. A little gamey, like you might expect them. They don't have much fat, so it's more like venison, but still pretty good. Doesn't really get any better. It's Vegemite at a local Australian supermarket near you. Or possibly at a Trader Joe's or something in the US. They probably have this crap too. Concentrated yeast extract. I think we'll go with cinnamon for the second piece.